Hello, I'm Kenny from Albot, here today to talk about the Fujifilm X-T4, which has just been announced. I was taken to a secret lair in Southern California to get a couple hours hands-on with the camera, walking around the neighboring business park, taking photos with a cinema lens because I figured that was just going to be the nicest lens, which I should have used focus assist, but I didn't. I thought I could eyeball it. Use your focus assist. The X-T4 is an incremental upgrade from the X-T3. I would almost call it the X-T3 Mark II, but I guess it kind of depends on how you look at it. It's the same sensor. However, all the updates are more in the usability front, specifically with video. So one, the grip is deeper. That's kind of an everybody upgrade, as well as the battery. They have new batteries now, which means if you've got a stockpile of these little square ones, you're going to have to invest in new batteries, but they say it's double the battery life. So I think everyone will welcome that change. The modes haven't changed, except you do get a 240 frames per second slow-mo in 1080, which is kind of insane. But really the video hype is the in-body image stabilization, which is physical. It's a 5-axis stabilization on the sensor and can also work in tandem with the stabilization in any lens you might have. But while you're shooting video, there's also a digital image stabilization that you can use. Now, I was told specifically that it's basically for tripod emulation, you know, if you're standing still. So of course I left digital image stabilization on and then ran hand holding a cinema lens because I enjoy stressing everyone at Fujifilm out. And like they said, it's a little sticky maybe if you're walking around with the digital image stabilization, because the digital is trying to hold a frame, whereas the in-body stabilization, the sensor stabilization, is a little more fluid. I will say, and this was an accident, jokes aside, I meant to turn off the digital stabilization to get some normal in-body stabilization footage, and I didn't. So I'll have to get that when they send me a production model. We were playing around with pre-production models, but so mea culpa there. That being said, footage looks great. I've always said that the footage coming out of the X-T3 looked great, and it's no different with the X-T4. They have also included 2 new film simulation modes. One not so new if you have used the X Pro 3, classic negative simulation, as well as the Chrome Effects blue parameter, which I love. But it's also got bleach bypass Eterna, which is really cool. Think Saving Private Ryan, right? That look was bleach bypass. Other than that, the dial here up top now switches between photo and video mode, and those menus are now kept separate. So if you change something in the video mode, it just stays that way, and the menus stay in their respective places. Again, the X-T4 seems to be angled primarily as a video shooter update and not so much a photo shooter update, although that in-body image stabilization is pretty sick for shooting on long lenses. You get 6.5 stops of wiggle room, so to speak, with the in-body image stabilization, meaning if you need a crisp frame and you need to shoot it 1 second, you know, now you can shoot it 1/60th. They've also made a new battery grip for the X-T4, so you can put 3 batteries in your camera as you could before, but as they are new batteries, it is a different grip for the X-T4. So each of the X-T series have different grips. C'est la vie. The grip has a headphone jack on it, but the camera itself does not. You will need a USB-C to headphone adapter for that. The SD cards are now side by side instead of staggered like this, and the door itself comes off completely. They said because cine cages would tend to kind of block access there, so it was just easier to take it off completely. But another video thing, it shoots an MP4 now. So if you want to shoot MP4 or MOV, that's up to you. Again, a nod to the vlogger types who tend to really love this camera. So yeah, it's basically an X-T3 just beefed up. You've got your in-body stabilization, you've got your image from the X-T3, you've got your updates from the X Pro 3. If you've been waiting to get an X-T3, hold off, maybe get the X-T4, unless you're just a photo shooter. If all you do is shoot photo, and you don't think the in-body image stabilization is going to help you that much, you know, maybe wait for the X-T3 price to drop. I don't tend to shoot a lot of video with my Fujifilm camera, but it's definitely a feature that I've leaned on before. Side note, the Fujinon 50-135 Cine lens is fantastic. I loved the look of it. Parfocal as well, so that was lovely and really well built. I did look like a Looney Tune just walking around hand holding that though. A lot of security guards. Also, a lot of people getting pulled over in El Segundo. If you drive around in El Segundo, just obey the traffic laws. Not like you shouldn't be otherwise, but like I saw 6 people pulled over in the span of 2 hours. They're serious down there. So that's all from me. Like I said, we'll have an update when they send me an X-T4 to play with on my own. This is just sort of a first look, first impression sort of update, and my first impressions are good. So yeah, we'll see you next time.